My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Legends Series 13, the Hurricane. And so here we have the Legend Series Hurricane pose and out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. The Hurricane does come with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fists. Then we get a pair of grip hands. Then he does come with his overlay coat slash cape, which looks really nice. I do like this version. It's a very nice, very well done cape. Other than that, the Hurricane doesn't really come with anything else. I would have liked to see an additional pair of hands. But with that out of the way, guys, let's actually have a closer look at the Hurricane. So here we have a closer look at the Legend Series Hurricane, an absolutely fantastic figure. This is one version of the Hurricane I've always wanted. I know they did make a basic version of the Hurricane with long hair and this mask way back in the day, but I never was collecting WWE at that time, so I never got that figure. But really happy that I finally do have a long-haired Hurricane in my collection, especially this gear. This is one of my favorite gears that the Hurricane has worn. Absolutely love this bigger mask. It looks very nice, very well done. You can see they even sculpted the strap underneath his chin. And the photoreal on this is practically spot on. You can actually see that they did sculpt his beard right here, which looks really nice. The eyes are perfectly aligned, really like that. And then the paint on the mask is, for the most part, clean. We do have some errors on mine where you can see some spots not as clean as I would like. But one thing I absolutely do love is that they actually painted his ears. That's a very nice little detail. Now, I do say painted because his head is actually cast in black plastic, although you really wouldn't be able to tell because they did a really good job matching his skin tone. So right here, so his chin matches his neck, and for the most part it almost matches the shoulder here, so they actually did a fairly decent job of matching skin tones. But yeah, going on to his hair, really nice detailing on the hair. You can even see the strap on the mask right here going through the hair, so I do like that. So very nice representation of the Hurricane here. So having a look at his ring gear, this is the bright green and black dual gear that we saw him wear later in his career. You can actually see the Hurricane emblem looks very nice. They painted the black around his collar very cleanly. Going on to the back, we do have this is a more division in the color, which is pretty clean right here. No major errors that I can see. Although we do have one right here, which is a little bit unfortunate. But for the most part, the paint apps on this figure are very clean, so I do like that. One thing I do like about this figure is that he is implementing the new double-jointed pinless arms. Now, I'm not really a fan of pinless joints because that does limit customization, but it does look good. He is wearing the arm sleeve, which goes from his bicep all the way to his wrist. Kind of wish that they had gone with a different sculpt because you can kind of see his veins coming through the sleeve, which that's not how arm sleeves work. That you wouldn't be able to see this much muscular detail in them. And you can see I do have him with the fists at the moment. Going on to the rest of his outfit, he does have the Hurricane emblem right here on his hips, and those look very nice. The paint is very clean on them and you can actually line them up. Although it might make him a little knock-kneed just because of the way mine is painted, it's not taking away from how nice the figure is. And I really do love the green that they went with on this figure. Very vibrant, very bright. I do like it. You can see he is wearing black knee pads. Now, one thing, I didn't really notice this on the original Hurricane figure, or if I did, it didn't bother me as much. They gave him the short kick pads. Nobody wears kick pads that come up to their shin. If they wear kick pads, it always goes up to just under the knee, and yeah, it's a little more noticeable on this figure because they did paint his kick pad going all the way up to his knees. So yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. I kind of wish that they stopped doing this because nobody uses these kick pads. It gets really annoying. Like I said, I didn't notice it on the original Hurricane figure that I got, and if I did, I didn't pay attention to it as much as I am here, probably because it wasn't as noticeable. This, very noticeable, especially with the silver paint going all the way up to his knee pad. Should have just used the long, is it Shawn Michaels / Seth Rollins kick pad? That's the one that they should have used. But I digress. That's something that they really need to stop doing, because nobody wears kick pads up to their shins. Nobody does that ever. But for the most part, the paint on his feet are very good. You can actually see that there is a difference in color from his kick pad to his shin, because this is molded in green, this is molded in black, which begs the question, why is this molded in green and this molded in black? Wouldn't you expect them to like mold these out of the same color? I don't know. Mattel makes some questionable decisions sometimes, but overall this is still a very solid Hurricane figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get the Hurricane compared to other figures you may have in your collection. Here we have the Hurricane compared to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. Here we have the Legend Series Hurricane posed next to the Elite Chase version of the Hurricane. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. He does have the new standard Elite articulation, which has been updated, and we'll actually get into that. He does have a ball joint here in the head, which does look up and look straight. He really doesn't have too much downward mobility, which is a little bit unfortunate, but he can look up. Arms are on ball joints, they do go out to the side as well as do a full 360. He does have bicep swivel, which works fine. He is sporting double jointed elbows, so they do go past 90 degrees, and I absolutely love that, and it looks pretty clean for the most part. I gotta give Mattel credit on making a decent double jointed elbow. He does have a swivel and hinge at the wrist. Ab crunch goes back about that far, goes forward about that far, could be much better. They gotta really work on that. Swivel here at the waist. Legs do kick forward to about right there. They do go back out to the side, no problem. Thigh swivel up high at the hip. Double bend at the knee, not at all hindered by his knee pad, which is really nice. I do like that. Swivel at the shin. That only makes me even more upset about this short kick pad. Retire it. Get it out of here, Mattel. We don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. Okay, but anyway, he does have a hinge in the ankle, which does go back and forward, as well as rocker ankle. So overall, the Hurricane has some pretty decent articulation. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Legend Series Hurricane pose for my final thoughts, and overall, very nice update to an already good Hurricane figure that we got in the past. I really do like the double jointed elbows on the new Elite figures, and hopefully moving forward they do perfect it a little bit better, because I know the bigger biceps do have some issues getting to past 90 degrees, but overall smaller guys here like the Hurricane, they function perfectly, and I absolutely love this figure. Now this figure does so much right, and it does do a couple things wrong, especially with those kick pads, but as far as the Hurricane goes, this is a much better figure than the previous Elite figure, mainly because the head size. As I stated when I originally reviewed the Hurricane, his head did seem a little bit too big, and this one does rectify that problem by giving him a more proportionate head, so I really do like that. Overall, this is a fantastic Hurricane figure. The amount of accessories he comes with is perfect. I kind of wish he came with a third set of hands, maybe a style pose or even choke slamming hands would have been nice, but overall can't complain. This is a very solid release. So if you are looking for the Hurricane, the new Legend series is starting to hit Target at the time I'm making this video, so go out and check your local Targets. Hurricane here seems to be the third hardest to find, although it is pretty hard to say who's the hardest one to find. The easiest one to find is Bob Orton, but I think Jake the Snake takes it for the hardest one to get. Hurricane here is somewhere in the middle, and if you can find him, definitely pick him up. This is a very, very nice Hurricane figure, and you won't be disappointed, especially if you're a fan of the gimmick like I am. This figure will look great in any WWE collection. So with that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out all my other action figure reviews as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it fits in my collection, I'll gladly have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time guys, I'll see you later. Take care everyone.